On the 10th of January 2008, the Tata Nano was launched with a price of 1 lakh rupees, which was approximately $2,000 at the time. This was the lowest ever entry price for a brand new car, and the Indian media started branding the Nano as a people's car. This was India's answer to the Ford Model T. Before the launch, there was global excitement surrounding this car, and plenty of analysts had commented that it would be a game changer for the Indian and possibly also the global auto market, by attracting new customers that would previously not be able to afford a brand new car. With so much hype surrounding the car and even 200,000 orders before the car even launched, the Nano surprisingly went on to fail miserably and died a slow death when in 2018 Tata stopped production of the Nano due to low demand. In this video, we will go through the basic marketing error that even a great multinational company such as Tata made that resulted in a car that worked in theory but failed so badly in practice. The story of the Nano goes back to its chairman Ratan Tata, who is one of the greatest entrepreneurs India has ever seen. While going to work in his car one day, he observed an Indian family of 4 crammed on a scooter in pouring rain, which if you have been to India, you would know that this is quite common. He said that he saw the father driving the scooter, his young kid standing in front of him while his wife was sitting behind holding a baby. In his own words, he asked himself whether one could conceive of a safe, affordable, all-weather form of transport for such a family. Ratan Tata went to his engineers and asked whether it would be possible to make his vision a reality. The engineers responded that it could be possible, but they would have to throw out some key features. For example, they would use only 1 windscreen wiper instead of 2, remove airbags completely, not install an air conditioning unit, provide thinner and lighter wheels, and also the Nano would have only 1 wing mirror on the driver's side rather than 2. Essentially, safety and quality would have to be sacrificed to the bare minimum just for price. The Nano would be a 624cc petrol rear engine car that weighed 635 kilograms and measured 3 meters in length, 1.4 meters in width and 1.7 meters in height. Tata went ahead with this plan and launched the Nano with a starting price of 1 lakh rupees. However, few customers would actually buy the Nano at this price, and this is where Tata's problems started. During 2008, steel prices and also the prices of other components used in the manufacturing of cars such as the Nano started increasing, which resulted in Tata admitting that they would have to increase the price of the car to nearly double what it started at. This brought it closer to its nearest competitor, the Maruti Alto, which was $600 more expensive but had a far superior engine and build quality. This would disappoint some customers, as Tata had not delivered on their initial promise. Regardless, the Nano was still the cheapest car and did attract significant demand due to the publicity built around the car by the media. The Nano was also shown to drive well on Indian roads and had extremely commendable fuel efficiency.
It will be around 20 kilometers per litre or approximately 50 miles a gallon.
Some customers even took the car through mountains to prove the capability of the tiny Nano. Over the next 2 years, the Nano however blew up, and not in a good way. There were several separate incidents of Tata Nano owners taking the car for a ride and then slowly smelling smoke coming from the engine. They would then evacuate the car, but then just 15 minutes later, the entire car would be in flames. No one was hurt during these incidents, but as expected, this did bring a lot of negative publicity to Tata. The company figured out that the issue was in the combination switch that manages the car's lights, indicators and wipers. The supply for these switches had been inconsistent on quality, resulting in Tata switching to a new and more expensive supplier. Tata, however, would still not give up on the car, but by now the damage had been done. The overarching issue was the tagline of being the world's cheapest car. This tagline had intended to be a positive message to bring new customers, but it completely flipped against Tata in reality. The fires had shown that the build quality and safety was substandard, and therefore owning a Nano started to have a stigma against it as a poor person's car. Their target customer, the middle-class Indian family with the aspirations of buying a new car, would find it better to own a motorbike or a used car for the same price instead of driving around in the car which others knew exists purely for its affordability. Because of this, demand dropped drastically. In July 2010, Tata sold 9,000 Nanos, while in 2011, a year after the fires gained attention, Tata sold only 509 Nanos, even though auto sales in India grew by 22% that year. Just 7 years later in 2018, Tata was only selling a few Nanos a month, and so made the decision to discontinue the car which was once hailed to be India's greatest contribution to the global auto market. While the intention behind the Nano made complete sense, it did not work as planned in reality. However, recently, there have been rumours that Tata could bring back the Nano in electric form to capitalise on the electric vehicle revolution taking place. So perhaps the story of the Tata Nano is not complete yet. That is it for today's episode on Mandora. If you enjoyed the episode today, please like and subscribe so we can keep producing quality content.